on the record. The time now is 24 minutes past 12 o'clock on Monday, October 18th of the year Lord 2021. And we are going to make this video regarding a phone call that we are making to a hospital to release one of our represented, and we're going to call him Zedekiah, but we are going to use that fictitious name or that name to protect his confidentiality. And since we are doing this on video and we are sending it to the director of this hospital, to the attention of the Honorable Sandy Emmanuel, we're going to request by this video that Zedekiah is released at the earliest of your convenience, because Zedekiah is one of the people. Zedekiah has rights. Zedekiah has retained for the Honorable Jesús-Arriaga to represent him on this matter. And please be informed that everything on these statements, everything that comes out on these phone calls, is forensic evidence. You are hereby notified that for the Honorable Zedekiah has retained a federal postal judge sui juris whose name is J. Jesús-Arriaga and representation for his protective rights. Honorable member of the Red Cross and the Military Welfare Service on aid of rescue of the wounded, the sick and wounded of the military, the world's military, and to the people who is caught in the line of fire, as Zedekiah has fallen victim of this line of fire that does not apply to people. It is corporate law. And the hospital knew or should have known, because if the hospital knew and they still proceeded, well, it is forensic evidence on itself. I must answer this in a very quick and short notice. So I will be back in a minute. Please accept our apology. This is real-time video, and this is forensic evidence. Things like this happen on a real-time video. So now we have forensic evidence that this is a real-time video. And now this video is going to be directed to you, to the Honorable Sandy Emmanuel, and to the Departments of Protective Rights within the hospital, to the authority assigned on guard of that on that specific regard, which is protective rights. Um, and this goes for Dr. Gazarov as well. Dr. Gazarov, now we can talk. Now it's on the record. As I told you many times, I will not speak to anyone without the presence of my counsel, and this video is being sent to my counsel. And is being sent to you, Dr. Gatlin, to your attention because of the violation of the protective rights when you guys knew or you should have known. And on several occasions, out of anger, you made expressions or you brought statements that are misleading representations in violation of Title 15, Section 1692E, false and misleading representations onto the record, and lowercase foxtrot, which is unfair and deceiving practices, doctor. Since when the state of New Mexico pay you to go around bringing false and misleading representations? Because now you're going to have to pay for it. The damage is done. You should have been capable of understanding that the people has rights. And it was given to you in writing, doctor, 10 pages, and you claim you understood that part. On the document also wrote that it will be unconstitutional, and you are being as unconstitutional with Zedekiah as you were with me, doctor. And the whole hospital is committing these crimes against rights. So I'm going to demand that Zedekiah is released at the earliest of your convenience, or Zedekiah is hereby charging you with $50,000 per day on lawful money minted by the United States Treasury. I am going to try to make this video as quick as possible because it doesn't take a bigger speech of 6 hours to explain to you that Zedekiah has reserved his protective rights on this video. And once the protective rights are secured, reserved, and they are protected by the Constitution, whatever you do will be unconstitutional from this time onward, doctor. Which is 32 minutes past 12 noon on a Monday, October 18 of the year Lord 2021. For the record, sir. I think you will benefit from a little bit of a common sense class, doctor, because I gave it to you on writing, and forensic evidence of it is that you did not understood the writing and you still proceeded on violation of the writings. Now, if you understood or you claim to have understood these documents, that means that you understood, and therefore whatever you were doing after that reservation, doctor, is unconstitutional by your own acknowledgments. I am finished preparing the legal documents here in my office. Since I was released, I had to deal with a funeral on the family. And you were notified of that, doctor. And you still held me another 2 days. And now we have forensic evidence of your wrongdoings. You are acting maliciously now. At some point you declared that someone by the fictitious name of Jesús-Arriaga's brain was gone. Now you're going to have to prove that, doctor, because it's on the record. But here is one question. How are you going to prove it if you don't speak the language, doctor? I spoke to Dr. Aldo. I asked him kindly, Dr. Aldo, can you perform if you don't speak the language, patients? the patient's language? And the answer was no, cannot perform. Now, doctor, did you speak my language? And when I spoke to you in my native language, you call it a sign of psychosis? Well, how can you proceed against someone who exhibits signs of psychosis? Wouldn't on itself be unconstitutional because the guy doesn't know what is going on in regard to the language? Now, let me ask you something, doctor. I'm pretty sure you look like an old man. You look like you have a big, wonderful family, whoever they are. Would you agree that if they take a vacation to China and somehow they get in trouble over there, do you think it will be fair for them to be prosecuted in a language they do not speak? There you go, doctor. You don't need to be a genius, doctor. All you have to have is common sense. In these documents, I want you to know that I wrote them from the top of my mind because I did not have my books, my law books with me. And I did not have my computer. I did not have my badge. I didn't have my identification and my shield, plus my medals of honor. But I still made it clear on paper. From the very beginning, from admission, I serve him with the same copies that I sent you, doctor. Admission has it, my file has it, you have it. Sandy Emmanuel has it. Now you know who I am. I'm demanding that Zedekiah is released at the earliest. But first, I am requesting to have a video conversation with him, and you have to arrange for that. My phone number is area code 505-357-5421. And now we're going to go ahead and make this phone call to that facility, and we are going to see that we deliver the message, because we are about to upload this video, and through the magic of technology, we're coming your way. Now this is going to be a one-on-one, because now you don't have the ability to shut anybody up like you are used to do, doctor. First, you will have to listen to these statements, and then you have 3 days to challenge if any different as forensic evidence of your wrongdoings. Wouldn't you call that psychotic if you get into it? Look, doctor, I spoke to a therapist. Her name is Migdala, and I apologize because the name is so unusual. And she agreed on the record, doctor, that when someone is under kidnapping, they have suffered brain trauma. So now, the very fact that you are kidnapping me and Zedekiah declares you out of your mind. Because first you give us trauma and then you make your findings on a language that we don't speak. I got word, doctor, that you did not know what to do, that you were at a loss. And you did not want to do, you did not know what to do. Well, That in itself is evidence of negligence because you knew or you should have known, especially with someone to tell you. If you don't know it and somebody tells you, hey, I have rights and I'm protecting my protective rights and the right to proceed accordingly against all trespassers, you should have known that, doctor. It's a simple statement that a monkey could understand. But you are capable of understanding that statement because you went to school, doctor. You should have they should have tell you this, right? Now let me take you back of your college days. When in your college days they told you that you were doing human trafficking like you are with the people now, doctor. Because this is people. These people has feelings. These people has a lot of things going on their minds and on their lives. Things that you don't know and you cannot determine the way anybody feel because you don't know the reason why. There's always a reason, doctor. I got a compliment by one of your colleagues that says that he was impressed by the way I write. That in itself is forensic evidence that he understood the documents and you didn't, doctor. Because if you would have understood these documents, you would have stopped immediately. Isn't it fair to say? So now we have a doctor that doesn't speak the language the patient's language, however you want to put it. The language of the patient is important. And you were told, doctor, that you had no authority. And you are being told here for the second time on the record that you have no authority. Under what contract? And I wrote it on that paper. I said, if you don't have a contract, you don't have anything. Do you have a signed contract? The answer is no. And if so, in what language? I'm demanding a copy of the contract between you and Zedekiah, whoever the doctor is. And I want the specifications of the language because if you don't have them, that's forensic evidence on itself that you are talking to people in a language they do not know, doctor. And that's violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 1001, fraudulent conveyance of language. Just in case you were wondering, and these are serious charges, doctor, for someone who has a license to lose. Now let me ask you something. You were licensed to practice on people? The answer is no, doctor. Unfortunately, you were not licensed to practice on people. If you want to put it that way, okay. Show me some corporate bylaws for Zedekiah. You are assuming Zedekiah is a corporation. And you are here given the opportunity to withdraw, sir. Withdraw. Refrain. Retract. Stop. And release Zedekiah. Because this video is forensic evidence, doctor, I may not be sitting in front of you this time, but you can attack me with your false and misleading representations onto the record on violation of Title 15, Section 6992 E and F, doctor. Now it's time to listen. Because there's always a time for a thing, and this time is for you to listen. Rewind this video, watch it more than once. Go grab a book. I left you a copy of the Geneva Conventions. I was so kind to let you know that you were violating international treaty. But you did not stop, doctor. What does it take to invoke the Fifth Amendment and still be questioned repeatedly? Several violations of the Fifth Amendment and due process violation, doctor. Everybody's entitled to due process of law. So everybody who comes in your office is automatically psychotic, even if you don't speak their language, doctor? Well, we have it on the record. It happened to me between you, Dr. Gazaroff, and J. Jesús-Arriaga Bonce, who put it on writing for you, doctor, and you never even considered the fact of the world of travel that you were getting into by violating international treaty. But now you're going to have time to read about it because you're going to Guantanamo, doctor, for the rest of your life for perjury. Perjury, how can you call somebody psychotic when this people is writing a document to a doctor on regard of reservation of rights, all 10 pages, doctor? All 10 pages, doctor. And I'm going to have the pleasure here to read them for you on the record, doctor, because this is trial by record, doctor. This is trial by record on federal court according to the record. And we have here on the record, we have a document that it was presented to you, doctor, for its analysis on regarding of protective rights. That's a very hard place to be, doctor. You don't want to be caught up in violation of Title 18, Section 242, which is denial of rights under color of law, and you don't want to be caught up in violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 241, which is conspiracy against rights. Because the minute you receive this letter, doctor, the minute you receive this letter, you should have stopped. Okay, and remember, doctor, I wrote this out of the top of my head because I did not have my books. Understood? It's a sworn affidavit and a mandatory lawful warning of the law. What part you didn't understand on October 6th at 7:33 in the p.m. of the year Lord 2021. For the Honorable and by the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Bonce hereby reserves the right and to protect his protective rights and the right to proceed accordingly against all trespassers where protective rights are involved, protected and secured, guaranteed by the Constitution. There cannot be any rulemaking or legislation which will abrogate them. See Miranda versus Arizona. Emphasis added. Now, this is a standing decision by the Supreme Court, doctor. How can you go against the standing decision of the Supreme Court? We put some emphasis on this because right on itself, this few lines that I've read so far should have been enough for you to stop it. And will be violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 242, denial of protective rights under color of law, violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 241, conspiracy against rights, and it will constitute violation of Title 42 U.S. Code Section 1986 and all violation of U.S. Code Section 1985 under Title 42 for the record, sir. For the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Bonce is a federal postal judge, white jurist, and one of the people you understood that part. Because on the last visit I had to your office, you said, come in, Your Honor. So now I have forensic evidence that you understood this part. Correct? So if I am one of the people as contemplated on the preamble of the Constitution, And if I am a federal judge presiding on this superior court on record and on the corporate United States District Court for the corporate district of New Mexico, case number 1 column 20-Charlie Victor-00113 Kilo Golf uppercase Juliet Hotel Romeo uppercase for the record regarding federal mortgage fraud on violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 514, contempt of court and criminal activity under the seal of a notary. We were going to make this phone call, and I guess by now they get it because they have all these 10 pages, and you have them also, doctor. All these 10 pages. I wish I could read them to you, but I already read the most important part, which is the reservation of rights for which you are going down, violation of due process, AUSC 5. When somebody refers to the First Amendment and invokes the Fifth Amendment, is because he is not required to answer any questions that might be self-incriminating. But you violated that title, doctor, that code. Now, go and read the penalties of Title 16, Title 15, that is. Go and read the penalties. For your information, violation of this title carries a fine of $25 million and 30 years in prison. Doctor, how old are you? It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Nobody speaks the language. Oh, they come and tell you that it is inappropriate. What is the definition of the word, doctor? You are a psychologist. What is the definition of definition? I put it in there for you. I bet you didn't know that definition, and you don't know the definition of the words that you are communicating in. That on itself is unconstitutional, doctor. So now, if we have a therapist saying that the kidnapping causes mental trauma, how can you expect to be successful? First kidnapping, and then interrogating on a language that the patients do not speak. It's pathetic, doctor. It's really pathetic. Because now we have forensic evidence that you didn't understood. And even if you want to say that you did understood, well, now you're in more trouble, doctor, because if you understood and you proceeded, that's willful tort of malpractice. And if you want to say that you did not know that part, it's still negligence because you knew or you should have known, doctor. I'm going to try and keep this video to a minimum. I can speak with you for 6 hours, doctor, and I'm referring you to my video, my first address to the Congressional Oversight Committee for the Corporate United States. Oversight Committee. And you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. Now, if you still want to continue with the same statement of psychosis, you're gonna have to be calling the law that is written as psychotic, doctor. Wouldn't you need some psychological evaluation if you want to call the Constitution psychotic? You know, doctor, I'm a federal judge because I judge in my own matters. Something that you cannot do for yourself. I don't practice administrative law. You guys do. I'm an auditor and code of banking procedure, for the record, sir. A voluntary honorable member of the veteran of the National American Red Cross since 1968, doctor. You cannot say that. So that means that I dedicated my life as a veteran of the Red Cross and the honorable member, as an honorable member of the Military Welfare Service, which is here. If you want to go against that, doctor, you're going to have to prove different. And you can't. You want to go against the Constitution and against Clarence Thomas? Well, I have given you a very, very little video of Judge Clarence Thomas right below this, 2 videos down. You're going to hear it from him, doctor, that the language has to be agreed upon. At this point, we're going to try and make this phone call, like I said, because I need to continue making other progresses here. So we're going to dial 575 575 5893 000. And this is for the record. This is the number that we are dialing. And the minute it goes in, I'm going to put it on speaker so you will be the witness.
For urgent inpatient psychiatric assessments and hospital referrals, press 1. For all other calls, press 2.
Para llamadas urgentes de asesorías psiquiátricas y referencias al hospital, oprime la tecla 1 o 2 para cualquier otra llamada.
For urgent inpatient psychiatric assessments and this call may be recorded for quality assurance and training purposes only.
That's good that they have the record.
Good afternoon, Peak Behavioral.
Yeah, good afternoon. Who may I have the pleasure to be speaking with today, this evening?
This is Yolanda. How can I help you, sir?
Yolanda. It is unpolite to address a lady by her first name. Can you give me your last name? I feel more comfortable.
Yes, sir. It's Barrera.
Okay, now, Mrs. Barrera, I thank you very much for your kindness and understanding. Barrera, right? Barrera. Okay. Okay, I thank you very much for your kindness and understanding. I am looking for some information, so I have some documentation to refer to the CEO, Sandy Emmanuel. So what is her email address?
Is it you're sending some paperwork to her, or?
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. I'll explain to you briefly so that we will be on the same page, okay? I've been hired by Zedekiah, and I'm her personal representative and executor. And I am making my entry of appearance because I am requesting that he is released immediately. Now that gives you an idea. Can we proceed on the right direction?
Okay, yes, sir. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is I'm going to transfer you with her assistant. Her name is Cynthia, so she can give you all the information that you need regarding Mrs. Emmanuel.
Cynthia,
okay?
and you have her last name by any chance? Remember, I don't feel good if I address a young lady by her first name. In my time, that was unpolite, and it still is.
Oh, yes, it's Estrada. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer you with her, okay?
Thank you so very much for your kindness and understanding. I look forward to talk to you in the near future, and you know who I am, J. Jesús-Arriaga Once. I am the lawyer for Zedekiah, and I'm requesting that a video conversation is scheduled at the earliest of your convenience, because I need to advise him in regard to his personal protective rights. If you don't allow for that, that on itself will be will be violation of protective rights. And for your information, I'm recording this phone call as you have for accuracy. So I thank you once more and have a wonderful evening.
Sir, let me go ahead and transfer you with Cynthia, okay? One
Okay,
moment.
thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to be transferred.
Your call is being forwarded to a MyTel voicemail system. Extension 2302 is not available. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Good afternoon. This is J. Jesús-Arriaga calling for Cynthia Estrada, assistant of the Honorable Sandy Emmanuel, Chief Executive Officer. I am looking for the email address so that you'll be so kind, because I have some documents to send her in regard to my legal entry of appearance on behalf of Zedekiah. I am his attorney, and I've been retained by him for representing him on this case. I need his case number, and I also need the documentation on regards to the email address, because I'm forwarding this video to you and to the Honorable Sandy Emmanuel. If you get this message, I want you to please find the information, and you can call me back at area code 505. Well, it's over. They have my number. So now we're gonna try and go again. Okay, so now we're gonna dial the same number again, so we get reconnected. Okay.
And hospital referrals, press 1. For all other calls, press 2.
Para llamadas urgentes de asesorías psiquiátricas y referencias al hospital, oprime la tecla 1 o 2 para cualquier otra llamada.
For urgent inpatient psychiatric assessment, this call may be recorded for quality assurance and training purposes only. Behavioral Health Admissions, how may I help you?
Yeah, good afternoon. Who may I have the pleasure to be speaking with this evening?
This is Daniel.
Okay. Daniel, I would like to request some information if you have a moment.
Who? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay. This is the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga, and I'm requesting the email address for Sandy Emmanuel, please.
Okay, I can transfer you.
You know, I
You
really
need to speak with her.
I really appreciate the fact that you will transfer me, but I just got transferred and my phone call was dropped. So I'm considering this as being I am being blocked from getting the information that I need. Now, let me tell you one thing for the record. I am Zedekiah on Adults 1. Zedekiah is an 18-year-old boy who is in Adults 1, and I am his attorney. I've been retained by him, and I am demanding that I get a video conversation with him at the earliest of your convenience. And you need to pass this message to the right person, or else I will charge you with collusion. This is a serious matter, and I certainly appreciate all your help. I certainly
understand that, sir, but you don't need to make threats over the phone.
Well, let me tell you, this is not a threat. It will be a reality, because it will be violation of his rights. So that's all I'm saying.
I
Okay.
understand that. I
Now,
understand
listen
that.
to me. I don't charge anybody. You will be charging yourself because if you don't act up in a ministerial duty on the witnessing of a constitutional wrong, and I'm recording
Okay,
this, I'm
sir.
recording this statement. Please don't call me a sir
Sir.
because if you call me sir one more time, I'm going to charge you with violation of sexual discrimination. Please do not call me as sir.
Are you a female?
Well, that is off your limits. I will not tell you my gender because you have no authority
Okay,
to
so I
find
know
out.
how
So
to
now,
properly address you.
okay, now you can address me as J. Jesus for the record. Okay, I'm being kind. I am not making any threats. All I'm saying is
You're
that
not being kind
I
because
am
you came on the phone threatening me,
I am.
and I don't even know who you are.
Let me tell you, I identify myself as the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga for the record, and I
Okay,
just
and
told
I
you
can
on
transfer
video.
you to Miss Sandy if you need to speak with
I
her.
just told you on video.
Because I cannot give you her email address over the
Okay,
phone.
bueno. Okay, I understand that part. Just hang in a minute, okay? I am not making any threats. I am telling you that I've been retained. I'm a lawyer representing one of your inmates. And his name is Zedekiah. His name is Zedekiah. See, let me, well,
He's
let
a
me,
patient.
okay, well, let's call him impatience, which is the same thing, okay? I
That's
am
what I
telling
would
you, thank you for bringing it into the record. I'm being so kind as to clarify that your patients are also considered inmates. If you don't wish to consider them as inmates, there might be some outpatients.
This is not a jail or a prison.
Oh, thank
so
you.
We don't refer our patients as
Thank you,
inmates or
thank you,
patients.
thank you for bringing it into the record, okay? So if this is not a jail and this is nobody is detained over there under any criminal charges, what will be the only reason that you are keeping Zedekiah in there? Because he has reserved his rights, and if the rights are reserved, you guys cannot even proceed because that on itself will allow you a $50,000 fine per day every time you every day that you have him in there against his will. I am his attorney and I'm representing his rights. I am being so kind. I am being so kind.
But our patients that are here for mental health reasons.
Well, I am being so kind to tell you that given his mental reason, he cannot speak the language and that he has hired me to speak for him. Okay?
Okay.
And if that is clear, I certainly...
Need to speak with Miss
Well,
Sandy?
I have
Because
some
can
documents and I have a
think you need
video.
to direct your conversation to her.
Well, let me finish so this way we have a solid communication, okay? I need to have her email address because I'm sending her this video that you and I are talking on right this minute so that she can evidence my request and your behavior. Okay, are you there?
Yes, hold on. Let me
Okay.
transfer your call, sir.
Thank you.
Your call is being forwarded to a MyTel voicemail system. Extension 2302 is not available. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Good afternoon. This is for the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga calling on behalf of Zedekiah. I've been retained by himself. I'm his attorney. And I need your email address, if you'll be so kind. My phone number, you can leave a message on this phone number, area code 505-357-5421, so that I can send you my documents. And for the record, do not question anything to him because you will be violating the Fifth Amendment. Thank you very much for your attention and have a wonderful day. Bye. Well, we are done. We are doing what we can with whatever available has been to us. And on this note, I would like to use this evidence that we spoke to all these people today. We spoke to 3 people, and we told them kindly what is this on regard. So I'm going to see if there's an email on the website so where I can send this. I didn't see an email. I was looking for it earlier, but I didn't see it. But I'm going to see if I can get it by a different means, because this is what they do. They close their doors on you. And then she's saying that these guys are not detainees. Well, I was detained. And it's on the record. So that in itself is forensic evidence that she is lying. And now, if there was no charges or any criminal charges, why is it that I was detained when I protect my protective rights and the right to remain silent? You know, this video is coming your way, and I hope that it is the 45 minutes, the best 45 minutes of your life, because this is when you're gonna think that you're gonna need something. You're gonna need to learn something you don't know. Please do yourself a favor and learn. And for the record, I am the attorney for Zedekiah. He is an adult one, and I am requesting that he is released within 72 hours of receiving this notice, as I did. I have to give you 72 hours under the recession law, but if you don't release him within 72 hours, then you will be on violation of the recession law, which now you're accepting the contract in which you will be paying Zedekiah $50,000 per day on lawful money minted by the United States Treasury for his damage until all matters are resolved on this Superior Court of Record and on this corporate United States District Court for the Corporate District of New Mexico in the case I mentioned. And we leave you with this, and the information is here. You don't understand the video, please rewind it and start Googling some of these terms and some of this, and talk to yourself and say, well, am I being in a language that I spoke? Well, you speak the language, but if you don't speak the language, well, that will be my forensic evidence that you don't speak the language I speak, doctor, for the record. You seem like a highly educated person, doctor, but person is defined by law. You are dealing with one of the people that wrote the Constitution as contemplated in the preamble of the Constitution, for the record, sir. And you are acting unconstitutionally, knowingly, when you make the statement that you read my documents and you understood every part of it. For the record, sir. On the record, to be read on this record. We're going to leave you for now. It is now 12 minutes past 1 on this Monday, October 18th of the year Lord 2021. Best regards.